On time, man.
And what a lovely morning. Good morning.
Good morning. We've talked the whole night through.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. Good morning. Good
Good
morning.
morning.
It's great to stay up late. Good morning.
Debbie
Good
Reynolds.
morning.
Till you have to wake up in the morning.
Hello, everyone, and good morning, and welcome to the Morning Roast. And I'm, of course, Sugar Chris. And today we got Mr. Passion with us.
Hey, yo.
Oh, and today it's actually not Passion's fault for the lateness; it's mine. Mama Evans isn't doing so hot, so I had to make sure to check in on her and everything before I could start, getting the show set up this morning. So I apologize to everyone in the chat.
Well, that's the first. What the hell did you do to him, Passion?
I didn't do anything. I showed up on time. Sim.
Yeah. He's a good guest, Sim.
Once in a while.
So says welcome to the Morning Roast, where I just picked up grave robbers from the post office today, and now we have the artist as a guest. So I'm less witty and more happy. Cheers.
Yeah, I'm actually working on the last of the sketches here too.
Yeah, I got my copy yesterday.
Did you read it yet, or did you just throw it in the trash?
That's written in recycling.
Well, at least it's recyclable. You just didn't straight throw it in the trash. Appreciate that.
Got that green footprint.
I think it's getting good reviews. I think
it's right there it's right in there with Doomfate.
Oh,
by the way, go check out those books. Doomfate is great, and Grave Robbers does look awesome. I haven't read it yet, but I've been through it.
Can't get Doomfate anymore.
Oh no, you closed it?
Yeah, I was almost out of copies. I mean, I sold 350 some copies of it, and I only printed up like 400, so I saved some for what we're going to talk about today.
That's awesome. Let's see. We got Mr. Fisk with us. He says, "Good morning to you." Good morning, sir. All is forgiven. Thank you, Soul. Thank you. Alrighty. I better get this show on the road because Passion's only running on like 3 hours of sleep. So
no, that's all right. I do my best work during that time.
What to start with? I think I'll start with the mailing list for Tales of Nov. How you say it? Nove Terra?
Nove Terra.
Nove
is Latin for 9. So, and Terra is lands or realms. So it's 9 realms. Originally, a lot of people don't know this. November used to be the 9th month in the calendar. They added July and August later on. There only used to be 9 months in the regular calendar.
Neat.
Yeah.
All right. So saying to you, Passion, he says, I read it and liked it a lot. Mark wrote my name wrong on the thanks page, but I love the guy in the book. It's a bunch of fun.
Hey, I'm just the artist. I didn't write it. So
he says tight art too and very fitting.
Thank you very much. Yeah, we're already going to be working on the second one, so we'll hopefully in the spring we'll get that out. That's the plan anyway.
I flipped through a couple of the pages when I unboxed mine. It looked really
you got yours too? Great.
Yeah. Let's see. Mr. Fish says Sugar Chris speaks softly and carries a big gun. Yeah, I got it over there still, the FAL. Dave says,
haven't even read Doomfate, have you?
I've read Doomfate.
Did you read it?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
Name 3 characters in it.
Oh, come on now. I don't know their names.
I can name 3. Chris, and Dying Chris.
Oh, that's true. Chris is a character in it.
3 times.
Yeah. I get my head popped off by the giant.
Well, that's because I sent you the original art.
Like 3 times, or the third one kind of still looks like him, but...
Well, I don't... Do you want me to really drop spoilers here? Sheesh.
I don't think you read it, but all right.
I did read it.
I don't know. It's the intonation, and I did.
Yeah,
you don't sound too sure. It sounds like it's right there on the side with the
that's
pages.
the ticket.
I read it when I went to the con on the way there.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Did you like
which
it,
con
or?
was it? Yeah, it was. I liked it like
Yeah.
Blood Hunt. It was on the level of Blood Hunt in terms of like how much I
Oh
liked
no! Oh no!
it.
You insult me
Oh,
like that,
no.
man? That's not cool.
Mr. Fist says, "Yeah, Julius and Augustus ruined the calendar."
So you're telling me you dig that hole in your backyard and you put it in there?
So says Dunkel Zipper is just dying over the classic movie cover and the pages. He's switching between awesome and so funny. Oh, it's a Grave Robbers. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was like something like, well, I kind of thought I pitched the idea to Mark and he really liked it. We're going to be doing the next one's going to be like that too. So like we think we're going to as long as hopefully I'll do the covers, but we're going to make them like old movie posters, Western movie posters. So we have a couple of other ideas that we used to have. I may not do all of them, but we want to make them look like movie posters. So all the books are like that.
Are you going to be doing the interiors for the next one as well?
As far as I know, yes. I mean, if
Oh, good. Good.
So Mark and I have already talked about it. We've already talked over the book. The next book will be kind of continue on with the story, and then there'll be some extra stuff. He wants to do some extra stories too. So,
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that.
Book, but,
I like the art. I like your art. I think, like Soul said, it's very fitting for the story and everything.
Yeah, art's getting better. It's getting there. It's getting there.
I liked how you did Waylon.
Yeah, Waylon's fun to draw. I mean, all the characters are fun to draw. We sat and I designed them like over a year ago, and just get everybody to look interesting and different, especially for a Western book. I mean, it's kind of beyond a Western book. It's more like a monster. It's almost like a team book. A superhero team book. So set in a Western. That's how we tried to approach it. We didn't want to do your normal, some kind of dude in the West, riding around on a horse. It's a little bit beyond that. So there's some cool stuff coming up in the second book.
And it's filled with toxic masculinity.
Yeah, there's a lot of that, and there's a lot of killing.
All right. So, but we got sidetracked there. So, Tales of Novatera.
Geez, you're late. You want to hurry this along, huh?
Well, you said you had 3 hours of sleep.
Hey, man, I'm up now, brother.
Well, never mind then. We're not deviating from it. I'll show off my Grave Robbers.
Hey, show your Grave Robbers off, man. Do your normal show. I'm here.
Wait,
as you know, I don't wake up very often for your show. I don't do this for just anybody.
Okay.
I don't even do this for Sim.
There it is. I took it out like I was going to, because I'm going to read it soon.
Chris is like, masculinity isn't toxic. A lack of masculinity is toxic. Yeah, I agree. But the joke, dude, that was the joke. The character is called Big Dick Murphy.
His name is Big Dick Murphy.
That was the joke.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's a cool cover.
Thank you.
I'm
glad you like it.
I love what Preston did there too with the purples and everything. I really hope he one day puts this on like a hoodie or something. And I could get that for my mom. I think she'd really like that. But,
yeah, the stickers came out really good for that too. It's like I really like the stickers.
I like the fact that I don't know that he also said.
You got a Preston sketch card. That's cool.
Like the comic comes with a grave.
You did good with that as well.
It comes with a Grave Robber sticker to keep the bag and board closed. I like the fact that he gave you a second one.
Well, yeah, like a big one, yeah.
No, you have the big sticker, but you also have the tiny one.
Yep.
To replace it in case you rip there and you want to replace it.
Hey, look at that! Look at Waylon. Fashion does Waylon good.
Yeah, I like drawing them.
They're
really cool. Plus, Eugene's colors just pop everything out. And
Yeah,
you
yeah,
did a
this
good
is,
job. You did
yeah,
a good
this is a
job on
solid colorist. Yeah,
Oh, sorry,
you
Chris.
fit your work.
Chris Fish just answered going, "Lol, is the name of his nemesis Little Dick O'Toole?"
there.
Dude, you have to tell Mark that. That's a good one. Little Dick O'Toole.
To go to.
Let's see. We also got with the book.
I think in the next book you kind of find out why he has why his nickname is Big.
The trading cards.
Yeah, by Doodle Bags and Jobo.
Oh, and of course, Sim.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Sim did one too.
Richard.
Fancy big stupid. Big and little.
Yeah, I really like that big one. Yeah, that's great. That logo was done by the same woman who did the logo for Doom Fate. It's great.
Okay.
And I was backer number 1 on it.
Oh, you were? That's cool.
Yep.
Is that your first number 1 backing? Or
Yes, it was actually.
I know you usually don't jump in right away.
No, I usually just wait for my sub, but no, I wanted to be number 1 on that one.
I don't need to be number 1. I'm more concerned about getting the right tier for me.
You're number 1 in all our hearts.
That's right. I'm better than number 1 because I'm usually in the book.
Usually. Next Doom Fate in this magazine, there won't be no drawing in tears. So.
Well, I wouldn't get the drawn in tier for Doom Fate 2 because I'm already in Doom Fate 1. That would be like some continuity thing.
If I told everybody to apply for Doom Fate 2, no one's going to want to be drawn in the book. So. It's going to be like, yeah, like it's not going to be it's the Empire Strikes Back of the series, so it's not going to be a happy book. Like the first book was kind of a little more whimsical, a little more. The next book's going to be pretty dark.
And Chris Fisk has a question for you. Who does number 2 work for?
You show that turd who's boss. Let's see. Soul says his neighbor is totally nuts over grave robbers right now. He came over for a beer and now wants to borrow it. Then he says he thinks grave robbers just sold another copy. His buddy's freaking out here, especially about the sexy and the gory parts.
Yeah. I think the next one will add more sexy to it.
Let's see. Chris Fisk says he loves the movie poster look. The game Left 4 Dead has awesome movie posters for each game level, and I used to have them all up on his wall before he moved. Sweet. God, Left 4 Dead was such a good game. Yeah,
we were like that first one. We were inspired by like stuff for like the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and old Western posters like that from the 50s and 60s. So that's what we were inspired by. The next one, we have some ideas for the next one. There's one. Well, I can tell you there's one for for a few dollars more. That's a really cool, the famous one where he's wearing the poncho and everything like that. So that one we're kind of inspired by. So we'll see how that one goes for the next one. It'll be cool. Next one will probably be a little more involved poster, but we still want to do it like poster-esque looking cover.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get Mark one sometime again. I guess whenever he puts up like a mailing list, we'll have him on. That'll work.
I don't know when he's going to do the start going on that, but we've been talking about it. So yeah, I know I'm drawing it again. So I know.
Oh, that's the important thing.
Yeah, and I know he did good enough on Grave Robbers. He could do a second book. But
this says sexy and gore are the peanut butter and chocolate union of comics.
Yes.
You got your peanut butter in my chocolate.
You got your chocolate in my peanut butter.
Oh my. But Tales of Nova Terra. There we go.
Nove Terra, like
Nove.
You
Terra.
can say Nove, but you say Nova if you want, but it's
But you'd be wrong.
You'd be wrong. It's like November. Nove Terra.
Nova Terra. Nova Terra.
Mm-hmm. So Nova
Okay.
Terra is like if you actually read Doom Fate, Chris, you would know.
I did.
Nova Terra is like the world that Doom Fate, the whole planet, of what Doom Fate takes place. So like Valeria is just one small like little valley in one of the 9 realms. So there's like 9 continents, and that's where the Nova Terra part comes in. So this is going to be stories eventually from all over the world that I created.
I do hope that you did leave Doom Fate there open ended at the end with the mystery villain and
There's
such. So I'm kind of curious. I'm really hoping we see more of that big ogre lady.
the giant.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil anything, but she's actually an very important character, and you'll see her. She'll sort of you'll see her backstory more in the next issue. But
Good.
she's actually a very important character. I'm already working on the next book. So they're just a small thing. Doom Fate's like just one story of one people, and that's gonna be 6 to 8 issues. But so what I wanted to do, I had too much story to do. So I decided I want to do a magazine like the old Savage Sword of Conan's from back in the day, where they were black and white interiors. You had Buscema used to work on them, Barry Windsor Smith, a lot of other great artists started there. Let me see. Hold on here.
Yeah, I never got any of those cool magazine older books like Conan, and I remember there was like I seen the horror like the big magazine size Marvel horror books that had like a Satana on the cover.
Yes.
And stuff like
Savage
that.
Lands used to be one of those magazines.
Yeah, I'd like to get those though. They look so cool. Like the cover art on them is gorgeous.
Yeah, they're not cheap anymore.
Yeah.
So I've been buying some here and there, and to do research and read them again and stuff. They're not cheap.
Like
But
the
you
one
can
I
get-
was
Go ahead.
the one I was looking at, I seen at the con, that last con I went to there in Morgantown. It had had a cool Satana cover, and it was like the first appearance of Rocket Raccoon or something. And oh man, yeah, it was quite pricey.
Yeah, Rocket Raccoon, I could see that. But like Vampirella started in those kind of magazines, stuff like that. So I always thought they were cool. When I was growing up, I used to buy them. They were more for adults too, but they weren't too bad. And then you had Buscema's art, and Conan. He's iconic, and he worked on the original movie. So Buscema is like Conan. You look at most Conan stuff, he probably drew it. So I love those magazines, and I wanted to bring that back. So I had so much extra story, there was no way I could put it all in one book. So the idea behind the magazine is to do a bunch of stories, sequential. We're gonna have 4 sequential stories, and they're done by what I consider probably the best line workers in CG, next to Sim, of course. Sim's just beyond everybody, but these guys, like, I picked each one for these particular stories because I thought they were great. So the first story is called "Despite Your Face." That's by Doodlebags, Pat Maxon. You might know him from Vestige and stuff like that. And the second one's called "Opportunity." That's by Alan Alonso or Hal Comics. You might know him from. He did stuff from Magic Cop and Lost Pages. Then we got The Front by John Joseph Ball. He did the, everybody knows Joe Ball, so
Yeah.
he's
Come
doing
on.
all kinds of stuff. He's doing Bullet Maker. He's doing Death. And then we got Seize the Moment. That's by Preston Acevedo. And you know him. He does amazing covers, amazing work all around. So these three guys are amazing, and they've done amazing work. The artwork is nearly complete. I think the first three guys are all done. All their work's done. And Preston, I think, literally has 2 pages to finish up. And that's it. So we'll be done here probably in the next few weeks.
I mean, it's you've definitely got a all-star cast there. I know.
Yeah, I call them the 4 horsemen of the art apocalypse. They're gonna destroy everything and then rebuild it and make, we're gonna redo the fantasy genre.
You're gonna make your wallet weep.
Yeah, hopefully not too much, but these guys are great. They've all done amazing job. I wrote all the stories because again, they're backstories of characters in Doom Fate, but you don't have to have read Doom Fate. So they're just cool fantasy stories, and it can either be a jumping off point for you, or it could be more background to Doom Fate. So it helps flesh out characters in Doom Fate, because I just didn't have room to put everybody's backstory in Doom Fate. There was just no way to do it. But then the characters like stand up on their own, kind of give you a background. They're just, I don't want to say they're generic fantasy stories, but if you were to crack open a Conan the Barbarian book, these would be, stories you would read. So it's pretty awesome. I think I sent you some pages that a preview kind of what everything is doing. So that, and then we're going to also have 4 separate traditional stories. So like they're not sequentials; they're just regular stories you read. And we got Phil Diaz, Edwin the Ace, Mark Middleton, and Eddie Winkler are all doing a story for the 4 separate stories. These all take place in Valeria right now, and they're kind of these will help flesh out the Valerians and stuff like that. Those stories I hope to get more writers later on to do different stories of stuff all over the world. But right now we're focusing mostly on Valeria. And those will have an illustration each by Simon Poitier. He's going to be doing an illustration there'll be like an illustration that goes with it.
Yeah, I've heard about that guy.
Yeah, he doesn't talk much.
It's caused a lot of problems.
Wow. I blame him.
Yeah,
And
always.
Cover's drawn by me, but Ink Spots is painting over it. He's actually working on that. Hopefully he'll have it done here in another week or so. And so I'll be able to show that off. There'll be other, Brandon Diaz is going to do some illustrations for me. There'll be some other guys doing stuff I can't really talk about. And we're also going to be adding if you like Dungeons and Dragons, there's going to be a short adventure in the back that has to do with the comic. It ties into the comic book. But you can also just insert it anywhere in your campaign. There'll be some monster stats and some illustrations and stuff to go with that. There'll be a map and stuff, and you'll be able to play a D&D game. So the whole book it's not a magazine in the way like there's going to be articles and all that boring shit. There's going to be it's all entertainment. So everything in there you can read. I mean, even the adventure, if you're not into D&D, you could just read the adventure and understand.
It's similar to like an anthology?
No, it's not an anthology either. Like, so something like Lost Pages, for example, is introducing new characters and getting you to know them. And then, just an anthology is each character has their own specific story and they might have spin-offs and stuff. This is like, this first one at least is a supplemental, or like I said, it's a jumping off point to the world of Novaterra. And Doom Fate will actually enhance you, or if you've already read it, it's going to you're going to go back and read Doom Fate again. because you're like, whoa, okay. Now I understand a couple of these characters a little more, and it's going to give you new insight.
Okay.
But it's not required reading if you haven't read Doomfade, and that's my point. Like, you would pick this up at a magazine stand and be like, oh, this is awesome. And
All right.
so it's just cool stories. They're going to have, there's a theme to them. They're fantasy based if you really like fantasy stuff. This one's going to be all fantasy based, and if you like Dungeons and Dragons, there's a free there's an adventure in there for you. So,
yeah.
What D&D edition is it compatible with, Ryder? We're going to make it as agnostic as possible. So, hopefully, any edition. So, when we say like there's 3 humans, we're just going to put 3 humans, and then you can look whatever edition up you want. How the combat goes, that's up to you too. So we're going to try to make it as, as, I don't want to say generic, but as flexible as possible.
Okay.
There's some monster stats in there. I think we're going to go more on the 3.0/50 stat things. And those are easily convertible, though, we're not going to hit you with like 50 monsters. It's going to be like 2 or 3. And those are easily convertible to whatever system you want anyway. So 3.0 and 5.0 are very easy to convert. So
yeah, I think when I get all this, I can play that adventure on the channel.
Yeah, definitely. I got someone who's looking over it now who knows. He's actually published adventures for Dungeons and Dragons before. So he's looking over it, and we're going to spice it up here and there, and give it a little bit of oomph, but not too much. It's going to be designed where you sit down with your friends one night and play it. So it's going to be like a 3 or 4 hour thing. There's a part in Doomfade, if you had read it, Chris, where the orcs get sent to go invade a town, and this is basically the adventure is you're defending the town.
Yeah, that's towards the end.
Maybe not.
Passion for poking.
Let's see.
So we're gonna have that, and there's gonna be like letters page. There's gonna be some fun ads in there. We're gonna have fun. It's just my idea is that you sit down on the shitter and you read it. Just have fun. You bend the book, you open it up, you do all kinds of fun. It's just a fun read. And I'm gonna try to get it out to everybody for a good price, as much as I can, because it's gonna be black and white. It's not gonna be in color, and keep it simple.
Let me catch up with the chat. Soul's saying to me, does it count as a sugar rush when I ordered a 2-pack of grave robbers for Western fan Donko Zipa and a second copy for myself, which also allows us to split the shipping? I don't know, Sim.
Does it? Yeah, it does.
All right, fine. There. We got the dancing sugar up there now.
So now tell the story of the red dress.
Passion knows the story.
I know. It just you said it.
I'm not telling. No. That's for new guests, Sam.
Passion, are you a new guest?
No, he's not.
Well, I mean, I always feel like a new guest when I'm on here. I never know what's going on.
See, and it's his first time here in 2020.
He doesn't. He doesn't need the explanation.
I wanted to say 2020, but I mixed that up.
I wish we were in 2020.
Mr. Fist says, "Don't feel bad, Passion. People call my book infantile instead of infinitale." Oh, what's Rider? Wait, Rider Inc. Why are you not Pale Rider? You using one of them alts? He says, "Oh, sugar, I was so loaded last night, I forgot that I came up with the reason that Red Dress Chris is in the red dress." What?
We all know the reason why he's in the red dress.
Yeah, what's he talking about?
It was to impress some Mexican guys.
Shut up, Sam.
What?
That's a lie.
You know that it'd be true.
He's saying the soul of the Americans really need to figure a means to bypass this nightmare shipping. We can't be having our German friends getting gouged by these insane shipping fees.
Yeah.
There's nothing we can do about it. I mean,
Not really.
it's there's nothing we can do about it. I mean,
Uh,
it's
Other than getting bigger, making more money, and selling more books and getting more regular, where we could maybe have a deal, like with shipping, it's really hard to do anything about it.
there's also like they can't even get shipping containers and stuff in and out of this country. So I don't
Yeah.
shipping in general, like things that like are way bigger than even comics, are not getting where they need to go on time. So
Mhm.
shipping in general is just really, really messed up right now.
Amanda B's with us. Hello, Amanda.
Amanda B!
She says, wait, this isn't a coloring book. And then she puts the little jokey face.
Yeah, the coloring book is probably not going to make it. So
Oh, Johnny Cage is with us. He says this stream is going too smoothly. Time to cause trouble. Yeah, you're always you and Pale Rider. Can't catch a break. Wait, Dave Bristol Dave says, wait, did you just say Henry Winkler is doing a story?
Henry Winkler, no, Eddie Winkler.
Henry Winkler. The Fonz is doing a story. Hey. JK says, did you back this RPG adventure, Chris? We can kill Mr. Sporling. Mr. Sporling isn't dead. Shut up, Johnny Cage.
Oh, we don't know. He's not coming back. I don't know. Weren't you supposed to be playing the other day? I don't know.
No, we're not playing until this weekend.
Seemed like the world.
Yeah, it was not until this weekend since everybody's really busy. Let's see. I'm going to ignore Sporling talk. Let's see. Soul says to me, Dunkel Ziffer pretended he doesn't know the story, but he knows the story. God, nobody needs to know the story. This is the reason in the book Red Dress. Oh, there is no Red Dress Diaries book, Pale Rider.
Red Dress Diaries.
Yes. One of the funny one was the Red Dress Press.
And Dave says, in that case, Sim, can you hurry up and get big so we can have cheaper shipping? Oh, alrighty. Enough of that nonsense.
I'm buying more copies of Nat the Merc.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that piece.
So these are all finished pages. These all ready to go. So this is by Preston Acevedo, the great Preston Acevedo. So he did kind of ink washes and stuff for his. His story revolves around War Commander Zoc. So if you read Doom Fate, I know Chris you haven't, but War Commander Zoc is this is his kind of how he comes to be the War Commander. So pretty cool book. Orcs and wizards and pretty cool.
One day we might break Chris and he's going to admit that he can't read.
Well, I mean, he can read somewhat. I just.
All right, let's move on to the next one.
The next one, this is about Galen. Galen's the bald guy with the white beard in Doom Fate. This is when he's a younger man. It's pretty much his backstory. Now he becomes the head of the guardsmen, which the guardsmen are kind of like the knights / samurai of the Valerians. So they're barbarians, so they don't really have knights and stuff, but they're kind of. So he's a younger man here, and this is kind of one of his backstories. So it's cool. That one's by Alan Alonso. So
okay.
He drew it. And I wrote it.
Preston Alonso. So we got everybody knows this one.
Joe Ball.
Joe Ball.
Joe Ball. He's doing one called The Front. Basically, this is a character Helios. It's one of his backstories. It's his backstory. We got a lot more stories for him. But if you know the story of Doom Fate, if you read the book like the rest of us except for Chris, you would know his story, what his ultimate fate is. But this is kind of he's at the front. Imagine the front is basically it's a whole section of Novaterra where it's walled off. And there's a constant war going on. So think of like in Lord of the Rings where they go to Mordor, the Black Gate in Mordor. Imagine if that they were fighting orcs and goblins and stuff for 1,000 years. They just were holding them off. So that's what the front is. But it's different in a lot of ways, but it's definitely kind of inspired by that. But he's a warrior. He's a Valerian warrior. So this is kind of his backstory.
Okay. Yeah. I can always tell when Joe Ball's doing a piece. His style is very
He drew
stands apart.
That whole war scene there is. He drew like a bunch of arrows, guys fighting each other. You'll really like. That's why I pick like really good guys who like their inks are really really good and they don't need coloring.
Mm-hmm.
So like you'll be able to look at the detail in the book. We're gonna keep it like kind of floppy, flat, kind of looking paper and stuff, but it's still gonna be well printed because we're gonna have decent paper now. But it's gonna be stapled and thinner paper, but it's gonna be nice paper. We're not gonna do glossy on the inside. It's gonna be flat, so that it kind of gets that old school feel to it, and you'll really be able to see the blacks and the details and all the lines. It'll be great.
This looks fucking sick. That looks wicked sweet.
Then we have the great doodle bags. As you can see here, he draws beautiful women. The story is about Armis. He's kind of like my Conan standing guy. Mm-hmm. This is when he's younger. He's probably about 21, 22 here. In Doomfate, he's like in his mid to late 30s. So this is, maybe even 40. This isn't one of his first adventures that you get to see. So he's a really good swordsman. He's the best in Valeria. And he decides like there's no more challenge in this little valley. So he decides to go adventuring out in the world for like 15, 20 years. He goes out and adventures around, and obviously he meets some pretty girls. So he's always going to be a Conan guy. So.
I mean, that's kind of the perks of adventuring.
Yes.
It's the pretty ladies.
Yeah, the pretty ladies. So we got some cool stories with him too. So as you can see, all these artists like just knocked it out of the park. I mean, I wrote the stories and I had stuff visualized in my head, and they did above and beyond what I thought. What I thought. It was going to come out. So these guys all did amazing job. I've been working on this book for like a year. So I think Doodlebags was the first, and he started these pages last October. So
yeah, it looks glorious. Look at that. I'll show these off again.
I can't show any more. The other pages every page is just amazing pieces of art. I don't want to show everything because each story is kind of short. So like Doodlebags is 6, Joe's is 7, Alan Alonso's is 7, and Preston's is 8. So I don't want to show too many pages because then there's too much spoilers in it. I tried to give everybody a page that really shows the art off and without giving the story away, because the stories are very tight and compact. They don't feel like they're rushed, but they're there's so much to look at on each page. These guys did. I can't say enough about it. They're really good guys. They're all friends of mine, and they stepped up and they were really eager to do the project. So Preston loves fantasy stuff. He's kind of like my heavy metal guy. If you look at heavy metal magazine and stuff like that, it's kind of my heavy metal guy. Alan Alonso is kind of like my Bernie Wrights and Barry Windsor Smith, and then Doodlebags is kind of like my Basima, and Joe's kind of like, Joe's Joe. But, if I had Michael Turner doing Conan books, it'd be cool. So these guys are all different styles, but yet they all fit together. They're all my character designs. My story, but I did a very loose story. They did all the layouts, and they all had fun. They all want to do another book already. So
Oh wow!
so
So you already got them roped in for the next one.
if we can get this funded, so it's important to get this funded. I'm not going to be launching it till probably after the first of the year. I want to get it to. We still have the stories to do. Those are being edited and written right now. And then we got some more art to do. And then, of course, we got the adventure to do. That needs to be tested, edited, quite a few editing sweeps on it. So it probably will, I'm hopefully maybe end of January, beginning of February, we'll launch this. You can sign up for it now. There'll be a trading card you get with it. It's by an artist. I can't name who it is right now. I want to keep that, but I think it's going to be someone that everybody's going to be happy with.
Oh, is it a big name?
I don't think it's a big name, but I think it's someone everybody will be really
Excited
happy
about?
to have. Yeah. So
Okay.
I think everybody will be nice that his work. So you want it. There's some other people I'm talking to. There'll be trading cards and things like that. There's other people I'm talking to. I can't confirm anything else right now, but there'll be some trading cards available for stretch goals. And we're going to keep the campaign as light as possible. I don't want to do a real heavy campaign for this. I want to be able to. There'll be like 3 tiers, maybe. There'll be. You get the magazine. I put it in an envelope and I send it to you. There'll be like a collector's one where you can get the stretch goals and it'll be nice bag and boarded and all that nice fun stuff. That'll be a little more expensive. And then there'll be a tier where you get, the magazine and Doom Fate together. And then we'll probably have, original art. So some of this original art's going to be for sale on the campaign. So that's about it. The stretch goals will have, like I said, some trading cards and stuff and character sheets. And if we do really crazy, yeah. But actually, the stretch goals is getting the next 2 books started. So I'd like to have both this book. I'd like to do this magazine every 3 or 4 months and rotate talent while we're doing it.
Okay.
So that's up to everybody. I need to sell a lot of copies to be able to do that because all this has been out of my pocket.
Yeah.
So, our art's not cheap. And favors. Everybody's been really cool. Got people like Sim, who's helping me out, and all kinds of other people. So it's really been a labor of love, and everybody's really done a great job and been really great. Even the artists, they all did way beyond what they normally would do. So I'm really happy. I'm really excited. What's that, Sim?
It's an interesting project.
Yeah, Sim's seen a big chunk of it.
Mm-hmm.
So he's excited about it too, I think.
Yeah, you've been talking about it for a while.
Yeah. So it's gonna change the game. I don't think this is it's not your normal anthology. So it's got a theme to it. It's gonna have a look to it. It's gonna some really good artists. That I think everybody, and they all do fantasy work. They normally do superheroes and stuff, but these guys do really good fantasy work. So,
well, yeah, I think a lot of people know all these. Joe Ball, Preston. A lot of these guys are known, fairly well throughout the, I guess, communities or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. Doodle Bags' work is like when he turned his stuff in, I was like, oh man, this is actually going to work. So, I mean, his work is just fantastic. So, and that was the whole thing too, was to get everybody to do in black and white so they can kind of stretch. They don't have to worry about colors being put in, so they can kind of do a little more, a little more rendering, a little more. Have fun with it. So yeah, it's gonna be a cool book. I'm really excited about it. yeah. So like, I don't have a big, huge platform.
Mm-hmm.
So it's up to, I ask everybody, it's up to you guys to share this and talk about it and spread the word. I'll go around and do as many shows as I can, but you know,
When
word of
is this
mouth.
going live?
Hopefully, end of January, end of February. We'll see how everything goes with the rest of this year.
This is another one I'm going to try and get #1 on.
Okay. So there'll be you sign up for the mailing list. You'll get the link a little bit ahead of time. There won't be any like discount or anything, but you will get a special card. But you'll get the link ahead of time. So like if you're into that, if you're into trying to get the first thing, that's definitely sign up for the mailing list.
So that's a challenge, people. Beat me at being #1 on that campaign.
Yes.
We got Alejandro with us. He says, hey, and he says, wow, this art is incredible.
Thank you. Thank you, Ink.
Oh, hey, we got Sean Davis in here. He says, looks amazing. We need to get him one sometime. That's Pillar Man and Blanket Boy.
Yes.
We also have the missing in action Richard going. How you doing, you effing nerds?
Hello, Richard. Hope
What's
you're
up,
doing well
Richard?
this morning. We got JL Potts. Hello, hello. He says, top-notch collection of artists.
JL Potts, that's his last name. That's actually my mother. That was my grandparents' name. It's my mother's maiden name. Last name's Potts.
Here you go, Passion, a long-lost relative.
Could be. It's not a common last name.
There was also like one of the first writers. I don't know if he's one of the co-creators of Punisher, but Carl Potts or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I am a Potts.
Oh, so you're part of my family. Got it.
Yeah. So we get this funded and we do well. The second issue, I already started planning it. It will actually have 6 new characters in it. They have nothing to do. Well, they will be in Doom Fate later, but it'll be introduction of new characters. That whole book is going to be an homage to Shonen Jump magazine, so it will be a manga-esque book. All from the look of the cover. The cover will have Japanese on it. It'll be really cool. And then I have a lot of the. They're not all locked in yet, but I have a lot of some of the best manga artists in CG who are going to do short stories for it. I've been talking to them for the past year, so we'll get everybody locked in to do that, and that will be very, very Japanese-esque. It'll be named the same, but we'll be do a real kind of look to it. And then we'll go back to this crew on the 3rd issue. So I already have the 2nd and 3rd issue planned out on what I want to do, and the story is ready to go. So, and then we'll go back to that. If people don't like the manga stuff, then we'll just keep doing the regular thing. But I think the manga stuff people will really like. It'll be more Western kind of manga. So,
okay.
If you see some of the manga books here in CG, it'll be more like that. And then I may even, I'm talking to a few people outside of CG that do some pretty amazing manga stuff. So, you guys will do that. So, fantasy manga is something I really like, and Shonen Jump magazine is really cool. So if you like that kind of stuff, or even want to try something different, and you don't have to get the 2nd issue, it's not going to lead. It's going to be totally separate stories, but we're still going to have stories in it. We're still going to have another adventure in it. It'll just be with like kind of a Japanese twist to it. It'd be more like Final Fantasy kind of fantasy, so like if you like Final Fantasy video games or stuff like that, Japanese RPGs, that's what's going to be kind of more that taste. In the 3rd book, we go back to traditional.
I liked a few of them. A few of the Final Fantasy games were good. Not all of them, though.
7, 9 was good.
Well, I play 14 now. 14's great.
Is that
That's the
online
online one, right?
Yeah, it's an MMO. It's fantastic.
My friend loves it.
Nat and Dave love playing it.
Yeah, fantastic.
I have to pay the price every month.
So and I have plans to do this magazine for a long time. If people want it to keep going, I have tons of stories. I'll bring in other writers if they want to do it. We'll bring more talent, bring in more artists. the world is like endless. I have all, because there's 9 realms and I could just keep adding it to it and adding to it. I have stacks of ideas and we can just have other writers do it and other things like that. So, again, it's up to everybody to, I can only do so much. Hopefully everybody really likes this idea and likes the artists behind it, because they all worked really, really hard. They were all kicking ass. They did this in between the regular work. They were very nice about it. So, and I think the stories are good. I've had feedback on them, and I think, Sim's seen pretty much all of them.
Yep.
He would say if they sucked or not. So
No, it looks pretty awesome too. That's what I'm saying. I want to be number 1 on it.
yeah, we'll get Sim to do a story too in there someday. We'll try to get as many people in as can. As this first book.
Mm-hmm. But so far, I'm supposed to be in to do some illustration for illustrated story, right? Like novella or something.
Yeah. There's going to be some novella, like the old fantasy magazines, like when Conan was first written. They were in like magazines.
I'm gonna be Frazetta.
Well, they were in like Strange Tales magazines and stuff like that. So that's what it's a harken back to. And then Sim's going to be doing a couple of illustrations for each, an illustration for each story to kind of give people some visual of what's going on. And then, I'm going to be doing the cover. I penciled it. And then there's the monsters and the stuff for the adventure. I'm doing that. So some of my work will be in there. And then we got some stuff, Brandon Diaz, and some other people. There'll be some pinups and stuff. I think people will be happy with some of the other people that are doing stuff for it. So there won't be any alt covers. There won't be any, just buy it. This is like a magazine you would buy off the rack. That's kind of what I want to do. I want to make it as old school as possible. That kind of fun.
And I'm still going to talk about it because it makes me sad. The coloring the undead.
Yeah.
It's down to 2 days left, and it's
I don't mind
there.
talking about it. You don't have to be sad about it.
Is it? Are you still on the first 30 days?
Yeah, but it's not trending where I need it to go. So I don't think I'm going to re-up it. So if by some miracle we make about $700 here in the next, it's really 2 days actually. We'll see what happens.
No, you should definitely extend it, dude.
Mm-hmm.
It is a harder sell. It is a coloring book, and there's
Yeah,
a lot. And
I'm not going to talk about the details of it here on the stream, but it's not trending where I need it to go. So it's either it's wrong timing, pricing, whatever it is, or the theme, or actually just the product in general. It happens. It's no big deal. I'm going to make the book available because the book, that book is going to be available. I'm going to probably put it up on Amazon print on demand.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll still be able to get it here probably, next week, actually. I'll try to put it. Well, it takes them like a week to. I don't think I'll make Halloween, but we'll get real close to it. So you can order the book. And what good thing about that is you can set it up for all over the world. Yep. So wherever there's an Amazon and they do the printing, like in Europe and stuff, you can just straight order it from Amazon.
Yep. And you can make it available as a digital in their book club so everybody gets access to it.
Yeah, you could do that too. So like it won't be a wasted effort. It's just all the extra stuff's just not going to be made. It's a cool book, cool idea.
I wonder if you can
maybe just bad time.
I wonder if you can do a digital coloring book with all those coloring apps on the phones and stuff. Man.
Yeah, there's some. I looked into those before. We'll see but probably we'll see how the coloring stuff goes. I would, the magazine's important too. So, but like I said, yeah, the numbers aren't there. This is just some inside baseball. If you're ever creating your own stuff, a lot of people will. I'm not going to harp on anybody else's campaign, but there's a lot of people who do small campaigns, and they barely make their goal, and it's really like like what I have it set here for $2,500. That's literally to get everything, to get enough copies printed, minimum amount of copies printed. and then to ship everything. It's the bare minimum. I would make $0. I would probably even lose money if it stayed at the rate it's at now. And you know, that's just how it is. And sometimes things just, it's not clicking with people. So
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with that. We're in Comics Gate, not Coloring Book Gate.
But I think it's
So-
I think it's also, don't forget the factor of, like, oh, what am I gonna buy? This or that, and there's so many books out there
Yeah.
now.
And it's timing too. Like when I launched, there was like 6 or 7 books out in like 2 weeks. So I mean, I've been on a lot of shows. It's not like I haven't been doing what you're supposed to be doing, and people know who I am. So, I have a few more shows to do. Even getting scheduled for shows has been tough because everybody's full with people selling their books.
There's a lot of books out now.
There was what, a 1 month wait almost to get on your show, Chris?
Yeah, like that's what I told one fellow who asked to come on. I was like, I'm pretty much scheduled for at least like 2 weeks.
Yeah. So when people get busy, people have personal lives. I totally understand that. They're like, I don't expect everybody to drop everything to sell my book. So, and then I don't get on big shows. So, so that it's just, it is what it is. I'm not upset by it. If anybody wants to give me feedback, what they didn't like about it, why they, a lot of people just like, coloring book's not my thing. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
That's fine too. I know how to run a campaign. This is my 3rd. So, I don't know.
This is your 3rd and 2nd coloring book.
Yeah. So maybe it's just something people didn't want or not interested in, or too much stuff, the economy.
Do you have plans? Do you have plans
don't
to
like
maybe?
me.
Do you have plans to maybe try on Kickstarter afterwards, or you're just gonna go straight to?
I tried
Amazon?
Kickstarter before, and again that failed too.
Yeah,
so,
that's why I'm asking. I remember.
Yeah, I tried Kickstarter for my other coloring book, and that failed too. And they only give you 30 days over there, so that's why That's one reason why, because I looked at that campaign versus this one too, and that one was less money, and I had almost the same amount of people, and so it's like,
yeah, but the other one was up for a long time, wasn't it?
The first coloring book?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't actually. I launched it in like March, and I shipped in July, so it wasn't. And then I shut it down.
Okay, I thought it was in demand for a while. Sorry.
No, that one I actually shut down because I was running out of copies. So,
which is a good thing to happen.
Yeah, I still have some left. Mm-hmm. So what we're gonna do is, I'll put this up on Amazon. And copies of Mythstars. I'm opening an Etsy store here probably in the next couple of months. I'm gonna focus on that and get that going. So it is what it is. If somehow, like I said, if some miracle comes by Monday, we raise $600. I don't have any shows from now till Monday. So we'll see. If everybody somehow spreads the word and gets together, I'll still do the book. But I'm just going to let the 30 days lapse, and we'll have to retry. There's nothing. It doesn't cost anything to retry. So
yeah.
You're always welcome here and on Doodle and Chill, and Doodle and Chill will be back next week, this weekend.
F Doodle and Chill.
F this
podcast. F this stream. Now it's I thought it was a cool idea. Might have been wrong. So this is part of crowdfunding. So
well, you
there's
try
a lot of people
things.
in CG. Yes, there's a lot of people in CG who don't get their stuff funded.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, the numbers. I don't want to get too much into the weeds, but the numbers just were not the trends and everything else. You can kind of see stuff in the back rooms. If you're looking at your campaign, you can kind of tell and then compare to other things you've done and other things going on.
Okay.
It's best to kind of let's jump to the magazine. I'll just say this: the magazine has over 100 signups.
Right.
I only have 33 backers on this.
Yeah, so that's a good indicator that there's people really excited for your magazine.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, we got Hex is with us. He says, "Hello, Roosters." He says he's late. Yeah, you are, but we'll forgive you this time.
That's because Chris was late and Sim was late. So.
Yeah.
So,
So
4
it's
hours
okay.
late. Though.
So's telling you to go on CNN, Passion. I'm not
Okay.
sure why, but okay. Let's see. Oh, Soul's telling Hex that Dunkoziffer really likes Nephilim Squadron.
Yeah, spectacular too. Yeah, and
That's
I'm also
good.
doing on you guys will see on Twitter, I'm doing Inktober every day. So I'm doing all Comicsgate, indie books, that we all have funded here. So or funding or mailing lists or whatever. So I've done. Let's see, we're on day 15 today. So I got to figure out who I'm going to do today. But there's always a book on there that you can go take a look at. So it's been fun. I did Nat the other day, which that sketch card came out really good. I think that's actually one of my favorites. Yeah, he's actually a pretty good Nat.
Ray says he would like to buy that coloring book, but he keeps eating all the crayons the nice nurses give him. Yeah, I seen you were doing the drawings on the Twitter.
On the Twitters, yeah,
on the Twitters.
Yeah, it's been fun. It's I don't want to. Why do mainstream stuff every day for? Why give them any more free advertisement?
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand it all. So I'd rather do all CG/indie books. Why that are funding? Why are we doing that?
Yeah. Yeah, it makes sense.
I mean, everybody's seen drawings of Batman a billion times. Well, do we really need more Batman pictures? I don't know. I'm not a mainstream guy anymore. None of those characters cool to me anymore. I'm more into what CG's doing.
Yeah, outside of like the old stuff, I don't care about like what the more mainstream stuff's up to.
Yeah,
it don't interest me.
Yeah, I'm reading Conan and stuff. There's nothing wrong with that, but I'm more into manga right now. It's more interesting.
Oh, yeah. Talking about Conan or Passion?
Yeah.
Go on Amazon and get those. There's 2 books out called The Cimmerian.
Yeah.
It's the French comic. The French over there.
You said French? No,
it's in English. The French in Europe. Conan is public domain. So all the novels, the original novels, are public domain. So now they're doing comic book adaptation, and they're uncensored. Like if there's rape, there's rape. Like so,
the books didn't really have too much of that in it, but
but it's just uncensored, and it's all the top talents of European comics.
I don't know if rape is a selling point for me in the comic there.
I'm sorry, but
buy this book. It's got rape in it.
It happens in Conan.
Yeah, I know.
Let's see. What was I gonna say?
It's one of the things that used to bother me when I used to read those Marvel ones or stuff like that. They would, kind of like try to soften it up, make it more barbarian, but soften him up.
Well, there's nudity in some of them. I mean, some of it they covered up later, but there was some pseudo nudity and suggestive stuff in them. I mean, they weren't hardcore, but
me, I really got into the Dark Horse years of Conan as comic wise. Like I liked the first I think 2-3 novels I read, but comic book wise, the Dark Horse years were pretty awesome.
Yeah. So the coloring book, it is what it is. I'm not heartbroken. Well, I mean, I'm disappointed, but if something just doesn't take off, it doesn't take off. Can't do nothing about it. You just got to start.
Yeah.
Even Ethan's had things fail.
Yeah.
So
it's all just trying to figure out. Yeah, it's kind of like a learning thing.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it.
What failed?
It is what it is. I want to thank everybody who backed it. But I'll let it run out, and everybody will get a refund. So
Yes, so do make sure to sign up for this Tales of
Novatera.
Novatera.
yeah, let's make that one really successful, because I think they're both great ideas, but I think this magazine's next level. So, no one in CG is doing this. So,
All right, let me check the chat, make sure I didn't miss nothing. So we'll put in the link to Coloring the Undead. Thank you, Soul.
Thank you.
He's keeping on his links. Glad to see it. Oh man, ow!
You all right?
Yeah, there's this like weird soreness in my shoulder. It goes up into the middle of between me and my blades. I get it real bad when I'm sitting here.
Oh, it's exercise, maybe?
It's been like that for a day or two. I don't know what I'm doing.
Playing too many video games, dude. I see you on Steam.
Yeah, I was playing it pretty bad there the other day. I was on there for longer than I usually am nowadays. Because nowadays I don't get to play games as much as I used to. And I was on there for a good while playing something. I think it was Sim and stuff. And then after that I was playing something else by myself for a little while. And maybe that's just what's caused it. It hurts. All right, let's see.
Yeah.
All right.
What else do you want to talk about?
I don't know, Sim. What are you up to?
Not much. I'm about to go mail everything, like all the orders for Tales of the Adverse are ready. I'm working on getting the Demona stuff lettered for the digital comic on my Patreon.
Good.
And I got my 2 Conan's book, which I'm pretty happy. And yesterday, woke up and I had my grave robbers on my porch.
That's what I forget to do. I keep forgetting to go and
Read
find
Grave Robbers and Doomsday?
No, find the link to Sim's Patreon and put it in the description. Keep not doing that.
And I'll be dropping the 2 first page of Demona around the 20th. So Lion's like, give me my space book. Wanna. It's coming. It's coming.
My space book, yeah.
And as soon as everything's mailed from my side, I'm going to wait probably like 5 days for stuff to start, getting close to you guys. Then I'm going to send the digital comic. As soon as I see 1 or 2 backers that get their book, I'm going to send the digital.
Yeah, I want my space book, dude.
It's coming.
That reminds me, there was Soul. Did you tell Sim? Did you tell Soul what you did?
What do you mean?
What you got? Like me and stuff. What you bought me?
Oh yeah, I did. I bought the Killing Floor 2 for Soul kept saying like, you guys need to get this game, and so it's pretty good, and we could all play together. And I'm like, okay. So I went to check the trailer. It looked pretty goddamn good, and it was on special. So I bought a copy for me, Chris, Dave, and found out that Gargo also loves that game. So
I used to
anybody,
play the first one.
If you guys ever play Final Fantasy 14, there's a free trial and everything. You get like the base game and 2 expansions for free.
Yeah,
so if you ever play, let me know.
Yeah, I have a character in Final Fantasy, and because I played it for a little while with my friend. Yeah, I called my guy Chichalu Dalalu or something like that. He's like a little Indian man with an egghead and a ponytail and a little thing.
So already answered Knuckles Ziffer. Knuckles Ziffer like, Sim, absolutely need a Bloodhunt coloring book. So answered, it's black and white, so you can color as much Gay Vampire Teeth as you want. That's what I was going to say. It's not a coloring book. It's in black and white. You just order yourself a second copy.
Oh, yeah. Soul's got a point. You could just color it right in there.
Nah, it's very glossy. You wouldn't.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
So,
and then I'll be working on some other projects too in the future here real soon. So I think.
But you're also
Again-
part of the Demon Blade? No. Blade Devil?
Blade Devil, yeah, I did 11-page story for that. That's coming really soon. I think he's finishing up the letters on it. And I think the colors on another story. And then that's out. My story's all done and lettered and stuff. So that's going to be out soon. I know he's going to be shipping that soon. And then I'm pretty sure I'm going to be doing another thing for the next book on that. There's a couple other projects I can't talk about, and of course, just be Doom Fate again, and then there's Grave Robbers. So I'm gonna be pretty busy, So
Well, it's good to hear. Busy's good.
And I also have commissions open. So if anybody needs commissions done or they need anything done, please DM me at Passion4Drawing. You can DM me there.
Passion's Twitter is in the description. If you want to reach out to him, I might do that myself. I might Passion for a commission.
Chris was one of my first commissions. So you gave me my first gig here in CG. So I always appreciate that. I try to show up to your shows on time.
See, Soul just said like I'll draw a bigger nose with a Sharpie in Uncle Ziffer's book.
Good, Soul. Good. keep it appropriate. Yeah, I might see about commissioning you, Passion. Wait.
Okay. I got time now.
I'll get one of Acadia from the streams with Irene, the Pathfinder streams. My Mushroom Man.
I'm actually working on a big commission right now for people getting their characters done. So.
I know that. Don't forget, Chris. We're supposed to be starting a DM game with Richard too soon. So another character to get designed and drawn.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I do character, like that's how I started out, was doing character sketches for D&D people. So
yeah, that pays good money. I made a lot of money doing that too back in the days.
It makes sense. Your art style does fit that kind of fantasy look really well.
It's fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I might be doing some sci-fi stuff here soon and stuff like that. So I'm trying to branch out a little bit.
Yeah, so that'd be interesting to see how that looks.
I'm just not the one stuff that I'm genre like. There's nothing wrong with it, but like superheroes, the cape stuff.
Yeah,
that's that's not what I'm really interested in drawing. But if it's got like cool creatures and monsters and hot chicks and stuff like that, it's,
your style reminds me a bit of Trent. Trent Canetta. Yeah,
a little bit.
Remember that Ghost Rider story that he did a while back?
That's what, Creed, right?
Yeah, Creed. But I never really read Creed.
Yeah, I didn't really either.
I know of him
book. I liked it.
I know of him from back then, but I've known him more from the gaming world because he does a lot of gaming designs. But the one I really, really like was the Ghost Rider story that he did a while back, which was pretty goddamn good.
Yeah, I do that stuff. I do manga, more and more manga stuff. So I'm working on some fun manga stuff right now that I'm trying to implement more of that style into my work. So, style's always evolving. We'll see. You can also follow me on TikTok too. I'm blowing up on the TikToks, kids.
I've seen them. Yeah, it seems like a lot of the folks who do join that TikTok seem to get a lot of traction on there.
I got over 400 followers in 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty good.
You can't get that on YouTube for art videos.
Yeah.
My art videos get like 300 at least. I had one that got almost 3,000 views. You don't get that kind of viewership on YouTube. Not that kind of growth. Like TikTok has double-digit growth. And there's people literally like, one part of it was, how do you run a business off that? And it's like, it's no different than YouTube, except they don't have super chats and all that bullshit yet. But it's less than 3 years old. But there's people who start businesses and they put their links and stuff and it gets popular. And then literally there's like 3 or 4 I saw who start businesses. They had to shut down their website because they're like, We can't take any more orders. We were, it's
Wow.
too much. So, you can. It's still in its infancy. There's still room for growth.
Mhm.
I suggest anybody who's in CG. It's different. It's like if you took Twitter, you took YouTube, and you took Instagram and kind of put them all together into one app. The videos are short, so it's harder to stick the landing on some of it. But once you figure out how it works and how to get popular and game the system on there, I'm still new at it. I think TikTok's the next big thing. So if you're looking to now, there's a lot of junk on there. There's a lot of trash, and it's no different than YouTube or Twitter or Instagram. They're actually a lot more strict on TikTok because it started out as a kids thing. So,
Yeah.
But there's a lot of other stuff on there, fun stuff. It's an interesting app. I think everybody should at least check it out. And follow me, Passion4Drawing on there. I do cool videos and stuff like that. Stuff.
Yeah, it does seem like it's a viable marketing, tool.
It's just starting on that, so there's one guy on there. He did like this bit where he's like, "It's gorgeous," and he would just do stuff.
Oh yeah, the guy looked angry all the time.
The angry guy.
Yeah. So he has his own pizza through Pizza Hut. He has a Pizza Hut deal.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So I was like, what? And he's, he has a commercial on there that you'll get ads every once in a while. And then he was like, it's gorgeous. And it's like, get my pizza. And then you click here, you can order the pizza through freaking. I was like, wow. That dude's only been doing for like 2 years.
Yeah, and he's already gotten that level of attention.
Yeah, there's other people who have gotten gigs, commercials, stuff like that. It's because what's good about it right now, corporate America hasn't really gotten their teeth into it yet.
Yeah,
they haven't fucked it up. There's no news channels in there really either. There's none of that bullshit where they're ruining everything. It's just total creativity. So until those bottom feeders in Hollywood and stuff like that start milking into it, it feels like the early days of YouTube. If you guys all remember.
Oh, I miss those days. Those were such good days.
That's what it feels like to me, and I really like. There's a lot of cat videos and dog videos, of course, just like early days of YouTube.
Yeah,
but they're fun. It's but there's a lot of trash on there too. Don't get me wrong. It's the internet.
Yeah. It's like the Wild West. You're gonna get everything.
Yeah. So I'm doing different drawings and stuff on there, having a good time, making cool little stupid videos, and doing pretty good. So
I'm trying to think
if you're a creator, I think you should at least check it out.
I think Mike Murphy and Selena are on there. I think it's Carla on there. I think she might be. I'm not sure.
And
I got an account, but I never used it though.
Check it out. I mean, Joe Ball's on there now, so he's doing some cool, fun videos, and it's just experimental. You keep trying things. It doesn't take a whole lot of time. It literally takes me 10 minutes to make a video. Not even. And then editing software is real simple. It's all on your phone. It's like easy mode. It's like YouTube easy mode. So I think it's the future. Because YouTube's like long form, but there's rules and there's all this other BS. But just go on there. If you're a creator, man, you should be making videos on it. This is my opinion. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I've seen that YouTube has a similar thing now, like shorts.
Yeah, there's like Instagram has Reels, and they're trying to copy off of TikTok. So because like I said, TikTok's the only right now. It's the only social media platform that has double-digit growth right now. So take that for what you wish.
Isn't it Chinese too?
That's not entirely accurate. It's an American company who came up with it, but it's Chinese got some money involved. But Chinese actually have money in Twitter and Google and Facebook and you name it. So it's not the same.
Okay, it just said like TikTok, known as in China as Douyin, is a video sharing focused social network service owned by Chinese company ByteDance and hosts a variety of short form used videos.
Yeah, and they have some crossover in it, but you don't see any of the Chinese stuff. It's actually separated by region. Like you don't see too much Europe stuff on there. So Europe will have their own set because Europe has their own rules for internet stuff and social media. So they have to follow it. So, like I said, right now it's kind of the Wild West of social form. Like I said, when the corporations start coming in there, yeah, they're gonna fuck it up. But right now, it's a lot of fun. You can do just about anything you want. You know, there's rules. They're gonna take down your posts if you're this, and that. A lot of the same stuff that's on YouTube and whatnot. But you know, there's of course people mass report people because they don't like their face or whatever. That's part of social media nowadays. If you're not used to that, then you shouldn't be on social media. But if you want to be a creator and you want to just get your stuff out there and do something different, and you know, YouTube takes a lot of commitment, especially making a video like a 20-minute video or a 5-minute video where you got to record like maybe 20-30 minutes thing.
Yeah, and then if you do the editing, and stuff,
and people expect a higher production value on a YouTube video.
Yeah,
TikTok, it's
like I thought about doing the shorts or something like that, but I was like, well, what would I do? I'm not like an artist or something that can do something in that little time frame.
People do stupid. Dude, there's literally like people filming their dog. It's like, and it's like, oh, 5 million followers. It's like, okay. You know,
I thought about doing.
You can't do guns. You can't do guns. That'll get you taken down real quick. But
well, I'm not interested now.
Yeah,
lost all interest.
There's some people like I've seen things where people shooting them and stuff, but they get flagged pretty quickly.
That's
I don't.
lame.
You know, it is what it is. I don't make the rules. I just follow them.
Yeah, I thought about doing maybe some YouTube shorts where I show off some of the books that I have, you know, that do some little marketing for folks.
Yeah, and so what you can do too is if you make it in, here I am, like I don't work for TikTok. I just kind of like it right now. You can make the video in TikTok, make it 10 to 20 seconds, or you can take a bigger video, like a minute video, and shrink it down to that amount. You can do up to 3 minutes in TikTok. They usually, the shorter though, the better, unless you're really doing something really captivating. People want to sit there. But you do a real short video, and then you can upload that to YouTube and whatever else, Twitter. That's what I'm doing with the Inktober videos. I'm doing, you know, time lapses, and shrink those down to like 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes, and then I upload them to Instagram, Twitter, you know, TikTok. I'm uploading all those. I haven't been doing YouTube, but because YouTube, you know, I do like 3-minute videos. But you know, because all algorithms are different. Like YouTube wants you to do longer videos.
Yeah.
Instagram actually punishes you to using a hashtag too much. Twitter has such weird rules and everything that they will take down. If you sneeze wrong, they will take down your post.
Yeah.
And then TikTok right now, yeah, there's rules and stuff, but they are encouraging you to put out more videos.
Yeah.
They reward you for it. So it's the only app doing that. And, you know, there's things like you get to 1,000 followers, you can do streaming. You get to 10,000 followers, you can get monetized, which is not really high right now because they don't have like the advertising base yet. I mean, the app needs to be improved in some ways.
Yeah.
But 10,000, you get that. 10,000 is not impossible to get. I am at, like I said, looking right now, like we were just talking, since I started this stream, I added 16 more followers.
Oh wow, yeah, that's
Uh,
a pretty fast movement.
I'm at 433 followers right now.
That's a lot of growth.
Yeah. So like YouTube, like how long have you been doing this channel?
Ages. It's forever now.
And you have 315 subscribers.
Yeah.
I'm already past you in a week and a half.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But you got to do different kind of content on there. You can't do this.
Yeah.
So, I mean, people do streams, but
yeah, it's interesting.
My art videos get more views and more likes than I ever got on YouTube or Twitch or Twitter or Instagram.
Yeah.
There's an audience there.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Like seeing those little art time lapsey things. I guess that does make sense. Like, can people? It's so short in length. They can just go, "Oh, hey, that looks nice," like or something, and move on.
Or you get a sub out of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're working on where they're going to be able to monetize things a little bit better and a little bit farther. And, they're working on things. They want to expand it. Like I said, it's growing. It's getting bigger. It's, it's a younger audience. It skews younger, but there's actually a lot of people our age on the app. I sat there for like a month almost just going through everything, trying to learn how the algorithm works and what to cater to, because again, you have to target the right audience too. They're very like that too on there. The algorithm's like, if you're into art and you're doing art videos, do art videos. Don't do 50 different things and expect to get popular.
Yeah, it wants you to specialize.
Correct. Yeah. So I've been doing a lot of art videos and it's working out. So
that's interesting.
Yeah. I've been experimenting with the Inktober videos. The worst one has been because I've been uploading to Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. The worst one has been Instagram. Twitter's number 2, and TikTok is first by far. Like what kind of feedback and growth and all that stuff. So Twitter's been good too. I think I've added about 50 more followers. Then I say something stupid on Twitter.
This is the shorts YouTube is recommending me are worse than Twitch thoughts. I was like, well, oh yeah. I see my recommends are like girls in like skimpy bikinis and stuff.
It's like that in TikTok, but what's cool about TikTok, if you just swipe through that real quick, the whatchamacallit, the algorithm knows that and it won't show you. Or you can block stuff where you can set your settings to where like, don't show me this shit anymore. So
yeah.
Mine's gotten much, much better. But when you first go in, they just throw everything at you, the most popular stuff. And then it learns. It's definitely learning. Like I get a lot of dog videos now because I have a dog and I like dog videos. Who doesn't? Yeah. So funny stuff. I get a lot of funny stuff.
It says China has compromised all of our tech. Name one American tech company that doesn't have Chinese money and or Chinese H-1Bs working on it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true.
There's not one of them. So to say that TikTok's any different, I think a lot of that hoobaloo was the other tech companies because TikTok is like getting real popular real fast. And you had, like I said, Instagram tried to come up with a copy. YouTube's trying to do their own thing. Try to get the same kind of functionality in TikTok. I mean, there used to be Vine. You remember Vine?
Yep.
Yeah.
This is kind of like Vine, but it's more interactive. So Vine was like, I was into Vine too when it first came out, but it was not very interactive. So this one's much more interactive. And the plans that I've seen that they got coming on down the line to do with the app and stuff to expand it and make it actually a viable job too. So, I mean, there's people on there that PewDiePie level of viewers.
Wow.
So in a short amount of time. So that's growth.
Yeah.
It's not gonna last
that's
forever,
definitely-
but
Yeah, it might only be like a viral thing, but still,
Mhm.
it still gets you out there.
and the kids like it more. They don't want Boomer Book. They don't want Twitter anymore. They don't want Instagram. There's a reason why those things aren't growing anymore. People are just like, this is trash. It's not fun.
Yeah.
So people want fun. So that's why those other ones are so hard to break into now. So just my suggestion, if you're a creator out there and you're like, wait a minute, I'm not getting any traction on YouTube or Twitter or Instagram. I've been grinding for like 6 months. This makes no freaking sense. No one's looking at my stuff. Try TikTok, check it out. And if you can make stuff that fits it, you will do well. You will do well. You just have to make the content people want to see. That's always any kind of social media, this kind of stuff. So I'm happy, people appreciate my work and everything like that. I mean, I'm not saying no one appreciates it. I'm just saying a lot more people are. So.
Yeah. Yeah, you're getting your work out there.
Yeah, you build an audience. It's a new way to build an audience. It's harder to build an audience on the older platforms now.
Yeah.
Because everybody's kind of galvanized.
All right, let's see. Let me check the chat again. Soul says we want fun. Yeah.
Not like this stream. This is fun. It's just me talking for 2 hours.
Well, that's what these streams always end up being.
What? Me talking?
Just talking.
People don't want that.
Oh, why not? Why not?
Passion is also a Twitch booby streamer. Not anymore. I shut down my Twitch. It's pretty much defunct right now. Twitch is a cesspool. That's another one. Trash company. Trash.
All right, let's see. Let me check the time here. We've been up for an hour and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's see. Wait, what? Red Just Diaries TikTok channel. No, we're not doing that.
You probably would get a lot of viewers if you did that.
Maybe, but what would
Yeah, you gotta
what
do
would,
what you
what
wanna-
what would the cost be, Passion? Think of the cost.
What? I've seen worse.
Yeah, I had a friend.
It all depends how bad you really want it.
Yeah.
I had a friend who was into TikTok, and she came over, and gosh, she was into like some really weird stuff on there. Bunch of weird, like, I don't know. It's not so much that it was weird. It was just like all like people talking about how they're trans and lesbian and this and that. And just
Again, you can filter that stuff out.
I was like, okay.
It's not like, but you just swipe. It's seconds. You just get out of here. It's not like Twitter where you have it like sitting in your timeline constantly and all that shit.
What?
Like I'm using Twitter less and less.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, clearly, it's you've got something better working for you.
For now, we'll see how it goes. I'm not saying it's perfect, but it's something for everybody to look into. I at least download the app and check it out and filter out things and things like that. And look up your interests. They have hashtags in there. So if you're into comics, you just go to the comics hashtag and you can just scroll through that. You could just have a really good time on it. So I like it. I've been having fun with it. Yeah, like I did one stupid comment one time a month ago, and the comment on a video, I got 45,000 likes on my comment. It was a joke.
Wow.
Yeah. It's like,
Oh,
what
so
is this?
you can respond to other people's TikToks then?
Yeah. If most of them all have them open, but there's usually a discussion in every one of them. So like, I'm actually shocked in some of it. I've read like there'll be dudes on there, like dudes. The women get on there and get kind of raunchy with them a little bit.
Oh, really?
So let that shit go
Wow.
on. Yeah. Interesting. I was like, okay, guys. Guys like doing a mechanic video or something, showing it, and like women are in there like sexually harassing him. and there's no other way to put it. So it's interesting.
Good lord.
Yeah. So
Maybe Ace.
it's Ace. Yeah, Ace is doing a story for.
Paradise says TikTok is China mole.
I hate to tell you, but all the
Oh,
phones are
there's lots.
tracking you and all your data anyway. So
They're already
there's
all
lots of
connected
weird
to
things on
China.
TikTok.
yeah, like no app that Android and Apple already do it. They've admitted it. So
Yeah, I thought about doing like a little 10 or 15-second videos, being like, "Yeah, here's grave robbers," and showing off some pages or something.
yeah, I mean, I would just like get permission for if people are cool with that, but. But if you do like a review or something, do like a review channel of comics. I mean, there's some guys who do that on there. There's literally whole comic things. It's like 30 seconds, like, hey, this new Marvel whatever or DC book came out. This is pick this up, or this sucks balls. Don't buy this. Yeah, that would be. Just stay away from the politics. If you there's definitely politics on there, but. It's become such a cesspool in the comments. It's not worth the time. But there is actually debate going on about that stuff, which I find interesting. Comics. How about Red Dress comic reviews?
Red Dress Press.
Red Dress Press. Hey, that'd be good. Hey, there you go. Ever do your own thing, call it Red Dress Press.
Okay. It's okay when women do that. We live in horrific double standards.
Yeah, there's definitely, that's what I was getting at. There's actually a double standard on there.
Peter says Chris heard raunchy, he hit the download. No.
There was one guy on there, like, he was getting harassed so much, they banned his videos. They started pulling his videos, and he's like, please stop doing that in the comments, ladies. He's like, and it's guys too, get guys. Like, please stop doing it. He's not an ugly dude. And he's like, please stop doing it. He's like, I'm not doing anything in my videos that are going to get me banned. You guys are actually getting me banned.
Yeah.
He's like, please. He's like, I can't delete all the comments because you're supposed to actually go in there and delete them. And if you don't, you get too many reports on your comments. They will actually ban the video. They will pull it. He's like, please stop doing that. You're going to get me pulled off of this app.
Yeah,
and he's
like, nothing he can do about it.
Right. He's like, please stop. He looks like Henry Cavill. I was like, okay. And he's just every chick and gay dude's like, holy fuck, come on.
Yeah,
Leave the poor guy alone. He's just
he's a fit, handsome man, so they're all hounding him.
Yeah, and he's like, and I was going through, and they were just wow. Some of them, they would never fly on YouTube or Twitter or on any level. Yeah, well, there's women ones on there too. They get some. I've seen some ones where they get some inappropriate comments too. It happens. It's just the world we live in.
Yeah.
Right, Sim? Oh, Sim's muted. Does Sim ever talk on these streams, or?
Yeah, I do, but you've been talking a lot, and I'm polite.
No, he's not. No, that's bullshit. He talks over people all the time.
Anybody have any questions for me? I'm here. Like, why is my hand so big?
You have people talking about double standards. Christopher's there. That's insane. Again, double standard, victim blaming dudes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but if you're a white dude, you can never be a victim. That's the thing.
Did you say how many pages Novi Terra was?
It's probably gonna be right around. It's gonna be right around 40. So the way it's looking, we don't have it completely like all the sequential stuff itself is 14, 22, 29 pages. 28, 29 pages alone for that. The stories are going to be probably 2 pages a piece. As for those, that's 8. So we're already in the 30s. There's going to be a letters page. That'll be 1 or 2 pages. There'll be some pinups stuck in there, and then there'll be some in the adventure and everything. That'll probably be another 10. So we're looking around 40. It'll be a 40-page book. we'll try to keep the price down on it. You know, I got to make enough money, but I don't want to be like, it's not going to be $25 plus shipping. I can tell you that. It's
Right.
probably going to be, I'm trying to go sub 20 is my goal. So
Okay.
everybody can get it, but you know, it'll probably be sub 20 with shipping. You know, like I said, there'll be a tier where it's the cheaper shipping, and then we'll have the higher shipping where you get the nice padded. The cheap shipping is like, you just want the magazine, I'm going to throw it, you know, I'll bag and board it, throw it in a rigid mail, you know, rigid envelope and send it to you. You know, that's it. Minimal amount of packaging, minimal amount of shipping. So to get that to you. But the other one, you're like, you want something nicer, you know, it's going to come with a poster, stuff like that, and you can get the stretch goals. We'll have that too. So if you want to pay a little bit more, that's up to you. That worked out pretty well with Doom Fate. So no reason to stop that. And then, like I said, you'll be able to get the Doom Fate too. So you keep it really simple and as cheap as possible. You know, while still making enough money to. I mean, these books cost a lot of money, and I think for Doom Fate, if you just got the book, it was $18 plus shipping. So if I can keep it around that number and still make the numbers all pan out, you know, shipping and costs and everything have gone up in the year and a half since I've done that book. So it might be around 20. We'll see. I'm trying. You know, and I got to recoup my costs and stuff like that.
What is that? What is that cord?
This cord?
Yeah, it's
my microphone is right here.
Ooh.
And then
fancy.
to hear you guys, it's hooked to the microphone.
Oh, okay.
So I can do that if you want. If that's
no, I was just wondering. It looked like it was going up to the ceiling or something. I was like, what is he got set up there? That is fancy.
I have to wear a headphone because I wouldn't be able to hear you.
Man, I really need to get me a nice, you know, audio and stuff set up. Because I don't like how I sound in videos. I don't feel like my quality's there.
Yeah, the head mics aren't so great. But this is a Blue Yeti. I've had it for like 4 years. And it's still going strong. It still works. You know, it's a good entry level USB mic. Never really had problems with it. And then I have an arm that stretches and all that stuff. You know, you could spend a lot of money on a microphone, but you really don't need to.
I would like to get one that looks like an old style radio mic.
Yeah, this one kind of does. But they do make those. What you're talking about, they do make them.
Yeah, you can have it with the Yeti have the snowball.
Yeah,
right?
snowball.
And the snowball does have the mount that looks like that old classical. Yeah.
Well, they have ones, you're probably talking about the ones that's shaped kind of like angular, like the old RCA ones, or like that you would see like on those old radio show ones.
Mm-hmm.
They do make those. Yeah, you can buy one.
Yeah, find it on Amazon.
Oh yeah, tons of them, all different prices, and a decent USB mic is probably preferable. You don't need a lot of guys use like audio and then inputs and stuff like that. It's like that can get into thousands of dollars if you're not.
Yep.
I don't suggest that for if you're starting out. I haven't upgraded my audio. I upgraded my cameras and stuff, but there's no reason to spend a lot of money on that if you're just doing streams.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I need to
spend
start doing videos. But then again, like even with the videos, YouTube isn't going to put me in the algorithm because I'm doing all kinds of different things. They probably don't like that. Oh well.
No, like I said, look into TikTok, make short videos. Then you start pointing people to your YouTube and other stuff like that. It will grow everything else. So Instagram and all that stuff, Facebook. I don't get much growth on there. I never have. So I think my Facebook's pretty big. Twitch was like 4 years. They just came out with a leak on like what streamers make over there.
I seen that.
And it's actually surprising it's not a lot of money. You know, people see millions of dollars, like, oh, that guy made $5 million. Like, that's actually not a lot of money.
Well, that's also not factoring in all the like deals they get and stuff like that too.
Yeah, I heard it's like 3 times as much. So you might make, you know, $10-20 million, but even that, it's not a lot compared to YouTube guys. You make a lot more money. So, and then over the course of 4 years, I only made $1,300 on Twitch. That's terrible. So
Yeah.
it's not worth my.
It's not worth all the time investment.
There's too many people on Twitch. Too many people streaming.
There's and there's a lot of naked ladies painting their bodies, so that's taking a lot of people's attention.
That's not it. It's turning people off to thing. Like someone made the joke about being a Twitch thought or whatever earlier. Mm-hmm. That's the problem. It has a bad reputation.
It's more so that.
Really bad reputation. And that's always been my thing where like they don't do nothing about it. They don't kick those people off. They just move them to another section of the site and try to forget about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
And you know, I'd like to address Chris Fisk's last comment. You goddamn right I am.
World domination tour. I ain't gonna let you leave Canada, dude. What are you talking about?
I know.
All right. It's been getting close to 2 hours and everything, so I'm probably gonna start to wrap it up here because I gotta. Not for you, Sam.
Yeah, I'm falling asleep.
Plus, Pale Rider would like that too much. I gotta check on Mom and everything. So I'm gonna wrap it up. Thanks everybody for joining us. You know, everybody in the chat. Thanks, Passion. I know this isn't your normal time for being awake.
No, but I'm going back to sleep soon.
So I always appreciate when you do join us.
Oh, I appreciate you having me on. Thank you for all your support and everything. And everybody in the chat, I really appreciate it.
And of course, Tim.
Always a pleasure.
Always.
Mm-hmm.
And
don't forget to sub, like, and share.
Yes, please.
And we'll see you guys again on Monday. Later, everybody.